The 7 levels of talkers in WWE. Today's video, I'm going to go over the 7 levels of a promo cutter in wrestling, whether it's to somebody, to the crowd, just whatever. I want to give a heads up, just because somebody is on a level higher than another person, doesn't mean they're necessarily better. I have these levels simply to categorize different aspects in cutting a promo. You'll see what I mean. Level 1, bad. For bad, I have people like Tongaloa, Omos, Jade Cargill, and Zoe Stark. And before you guys attack me for certain picks, this is just my opinion and how I view them. I actually like some of these people, like Zoe Stark. Omos is not the worst thing I've ever seen. I actually kind of like Omos. But I'm going to be honest, they can't cut a promo. They're not good at all. And it sucks because people like Zoe Stark are pretty great in the ring. Omos definitely has that presence. Tongaloa, I mean, yeah. But still, and Jade Cargill, I'm just not a fan of. I'm really not sold on her. She's literally the world champion, and I don't care. I don't care. I'm sorry. Level 2, we have wrestlers that are one-dimensional. I'm not saying they're bad at cutting promos, but they're not the best. They get the job done, but that's it. Like I said, they're one-dimensional. People like Rey Mysterio, easy to cheer for, but he's not the best promo cutter. Logan Paul, easy to boo, but then again, it's Logan Paul. People are booing because he's Logan Paul, not because of the heat he can generate from being a pro wrestler. It's just Logan Paul. Maxine Dupree, easy to cheer for as well, but there's no depth to her promos. She's just like a basic babyface, which isn't a bad thing. It's just she needs more character development and more work. And my last example I have is Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella is not the best. I don't know. I don't want to be harsh because I've always been a Nikki Bella fan. But when you compare her to others, both men and women, she just falls flat. And a lot of her promos feel kind of forced and make you question why is she here. But I still love Nikki Bella. Just my opinion. Level 3. For level 3, prime example for level 3 is Jey Uso. Now Jey Uso and the rest of these people. These are people who are decent, but their promos feel a bit repetitive. Not only repetitive, but they all feel the same. Jey Uso, there's a bunch of the 4 letters, 1 word. He can cut a good promo from time to time, but it's nothing special. And almost all the time, it ends and starts the same way. My next example, you guys are gonna hate me, but Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is literally just the same thing recycled. Before the heel turn, he was one of the worst promo cutters on the roster. After turning heel, Paul Heyman did all the talking for him, and whenever he did talk, I just didn't care. People really glaze it so much, but I think it's because he was so bad that when he actually became decent on the mic, people just thought it was amazing. That's how I see it. Next example, Tiffany Stratton. I'm actually a big fan of Tiffany, but I think she's the same character, heel or face. So all her promos feel the same. There could be good promos, there's some mid ones, but they all feel the same. Heel, face Tiffany, she says the same thing, she talks the same way, same character. It just depends on whether the crowd wants to cheer or boo her. And lastly, another very hot take, I have Rhea Ripley. I am also a fan of Rhea, but similar to Tiffany, her promos just all feel the same. Whether she's a face or a heel, I need more from her, if that makes sense. I know that's a hot take, probably, but that's just how I feel. And like I said, I'm a fan of these. Well, at least Tiffany and Rhea. The other two, questionable. But in terms of talking in the WWE, I just feel like they could give me more diversity in their promos. Level 4, I have people who are great but can't carry an entire feud on their own. Some more than others, probably, but still. My first example, I have LA Knight. I know people are gonna torch me for this, but I think LA Knight is one of those people who are pretty solid on the mic, but he and along with the others on this list need somebody who is just as good or better to really sell a feud, in my opinion. I know that's kind of a controversial take, especially for this next person I'm gonna say, but that's just how I feel. Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's actually great. I think he's an amazing heel. As a face, all his promos feel the same. I am a huge Sami Zayn fan, but I'm getting kind of bored of Sami Zayn and I want something new. I know that's more of like a character issue than a promo skill issue, but they play a factor into each other. My next example I have is Lyra Valkyria. Huge fan of her. She's grown on me a lot since coming up to the main roster, and I love her segments every week. She's literally a highlight of Raw, which is crazy because Raw, in my opinion, is always great. So is NXT. SmackDown is atrocious, but Raw is filled with stuff that I love, and Lyra is one of those things. But similar to the other two, I just feel like she definitely needs somebody to bounce off of to really build a feud, like Becky Lynch and Bayley, which we'll get to them later. And I think she has great things coming for her. I can't wait for her to really, hopefully, evolve over time. And lastly, for this category, for this level, I have Naomi. Naomi, I felt like was super basic as a face. She would probably be a level 2, one-dimensional. But when she turns heel, she adds so much to her character. Sometimes it can feel like just basic heel heat, but this last run, the caution stuff, is incredible. It's her best work of her career, for sure. And it sucks that she got pregnant and had to vacate it, the world title. So, I mean, we got Stephanie as world champion. I can't complain. But eventually, when she comes back, I just hope she stays on top of her game. I feel like she might return as a face, but we'll see. Level 5, we have Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is in my top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time, if I'm being honest. And I put him here because in level 5, I have people who are good at both, being a face and a heel. And I think Seth Rollins is that. I think he's a much better heel. I think he talks better as a heel. But his babyface promos are pretty solid. Every now and then we have a bit of a dud of a promo, which is why I have him here at level 5. But that's not a bad thing because Seth Rollins is a great talker. He's literally amazing at everything. But today we're talking about just their talking ability. Up next I have Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is another example of what I just said for Seth Rollins. I honestly think his heel work these past 5 years have just been incredible for Drew McIntyre, both his face and heel runs. But Drew is just a beast on the mic now. I'm so glad to see his improvement and evolution over time, over the years. My next example, I have AJ Lee, my personal favorite women's wrestler of all time. I have AJ here because, like I said, she is good at both heel and face work. And it's not easy to be good at both. Some people struggle to do one, some people struggle to do both. But AJ, I think she's great at both. Same with the next person, Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss has just been, I don't want to say falling off,
and
because
you,
it's
Tiffany,
just the booking, really.
I've had my eye on you. You caught my eye when you beat Charlotte at WrestleMania. And you know, I actually felt bad for her, but then I remember you can't feel bad for a narcissist who needs to call herself a
some of her
queen.
best work. And I think she's actually pretty solid as a face,
I don't need any of that, but what I do need is that briefcase right there.
Level 6, like I said, some of these people can really blend into both. But level 6, I separated these because these are people who really excel at one of these. They could be good at both or good at one and bad at the other, but they are so good at one of these that you forget whether or not they are good or terrible at the other. And by one of these, as a face and as a heel. Prime example, John Cena. John Cena is, in my opinion, top 5, top 3 talkers in WWE history, but I have him here at level 6 because it's interesting. John Cena, obviously the Doctor of Thugonomics, one of the greatest gimmicks in my opinion, but the whole character was just amazing. Love that. As a face, from the early 2000s, mid to late 2000s, John Cena was awesome. In the 2010s, we had some questionable promos for people. They're like, oh, this is too kiddish, what am I watching? But then there are really great promos where Cena will, John Cena can carry anybody on the mic. He can bury anybody on the mic. That's how good he is. And his heel run this year is very questionable, whether or not you liked it, but you can't deny, as a face, he is one of the greatest talkers of all time. And you can't even deny that. Similar to that, but on opposite side, The Miz. The Miz, I think, is one of the greatest talkers in the history of the WWE, but for different reasons. He is an incredible heel. His face runs have been very mixed. People either kind of like it, people don't like it, whatever. But you can't deny his incredible promo skills. The Miz is one of the greatest talkers of all time. Ultimate heel. He has so many memorable promos, just like John Cena. It's just, he's like John Cena, but for heels. Amazing talker as a heel. questionable as a face. John Cena is amazing as a face, questionable as a heel. Next example, Charlotte Flair. I think Charlotte Flair, I used to low-key hate her, but I realized, man, she's just that good of a heel. Yes, she can be annoying, but like, she knows what she's doing. And I've just grown so much respect for Charlotte over the years. As a face, though, I'm not sold on it. She's a great person, I can tell, but her babyface feels sometimes forced, and the crowd doesn't always want to cheer for her. They literally turned her heel against Tiffany because they wanted to boo her. But Charlotte's heel work, she's great. It's hard to deny it. One of the greatest of all time. Then I also have Liv Morgan. Similar to the heel work, whether or not you like her as a face, her promos, Liv Morgan's heel talk, I think, is incredible. Some of the best, in my opinion, in recent history, or of all time, honestly. But she's so good at talking as a heel that it just leaves an impact, in my opinion. She carried the women's division when she was champion. If you can carry the division, bro, that just speaks volume. Level 7, I just have the people who are not only good at both, but amazing at both. Prime example, CM Punk. CM Punk can literally do anything. In my opinion, he outdid John Cena. He outdid The Rock. He can literally outdo anybody you put in front of him. He can sell anything. He can build anything. CM Punk is, in my opinion, the greatest talker in the WWE in history. Not just the company right now. I'm going off present superstars, current superstars today, but of all time, CM Punk is number 1 in my opinion. And I know he's injured, but the next example is Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is quite literally low-key like a modern CM Punk. Heel Kevin Owens is some of the best work I've ever seen. And even as a face, he's hilarious. He knows how to be funny. He knows how to be serious. He knows how to tell a story. Like, Kevin Owens on the mic is actually gold. It is incredible. It's amazing. And then for the 2 women I have on here, I have, first of all, Bayley. Bayley, I think, is just awesome. She was super easy to get behind as a face, and everybody loved her as a face. NXT Bayley getting called up, she was awesome. And then when she turns heel, she was just such a great heel. Bayley, similar to Kevin Owens, she knows how to tell a story. She knows how to just do it. She's great. And I think that heel turn, that when she became SmackDown Women's Champion, is her best run ever, and I missed that time. What she's doing right now, she's actually pretty great. Like, Bayley is amazing. One of my favorites ever. And then, in my opinion, the greatest women's wrestler of all time, I have Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch can do it all. We're not talking about her accomplishments, her in-ring ability, her character work, but like, as a talker, Becky Lynch sells tickets, bro. She's amazing at both. Obviously, as I've explained, that's what level 7 is. But she's easy to cheer, she's easy to boo, whether she's a face or heel. She knows how to get heat, she knows how to get the crowd pumping better than I've seen most people do. She's just one of a kind. She is a generational talent. But yeah, that is my 7 levels. Let me know what you guys think. I know a lot of people are going to hate this. Not that a lot of people are going to tune into this, but let me know what you guys think. Who would you have in certain levels? Let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.